finna get juicy. Big disciple, not bad and bougie. This ain't
Greta. Oh, Laura. Beautiful. Oh, where's she going? We're back at it. You know what I'm saying? Life lessons of Steve and Laura. Is Steve and Laura? What's the time on your watch? All the time. What is the life lesson here, right? But it's not how you start, but it's how you finish. Okay, having a bad day, finish that day off right. Maybe you're having a bad week, try to finish that week off right. Whatever it is, man. Let's get it. Ooh, haters.
Sorry, I didn't know there was a party. I left my book back here the other day. Laura, you came at the perfect time. We're just about to announce the winner.
This is why I love Laura. Laura walks into a party like, oh, my bad. Not like, hey, let's get it going. Like, oh, my bad, y'all. My bad. I love Laura Winslow.
Winner? What winner?
We're having our annual geek party.
Geek party? We each bring the nerdiest guy we can find,
And the worst one gets crowned king and geek.
Don't these guys mind the way you're making fun of it?
That's the best part. They have no idea. They actually think we like them.
That is the cruelest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Yeah.
Isn't it? This is what I keep saying. The difference with Laura, even when she was young. This is nothing different to what Laura's been, from even when she was young. Because Laura does not all the way fit in. She can. You see, they called her into the party, right? Party hardy. They called her in because Laura still gives that allure, right? She still draws people, but she's not like them on the inside. And this is why I keep saying Laura is more like Steve on the inside than people recognize. And Laura's more like Steve on the inside than Myra is. Myra's more like Steve on the outside. And so this is what I'm saying. These look like the type of girls that Laura would hang out with on the outside, but on the inside, they're not. I love it.
Cool, isn't it? No, it's not cool. These guys are people and they have feelings. Oh, please. Look at them. They're geeks. Yeah? Well, one of those geeks happens to be a friend of mine.
In that case, you better find some new friends.
Or maybe you need to find another sorority.
Hold on, Laura. Because see what it is now. Laura, this ain't the 15-year-old Laura anymore, where she gets influenced by these things. Well, look, you ain't going to be part of the cool kid club no more. You know what I'm saying? Laura struggled with that stuff in the past. Take it away, Laura. Take it away.
Oh, you're not a sorority. You're a pack of vicious, self-centered, stuck-up barracudas with teased hair and push-up bras.
Oh. Push up.
Hi, Laura Lee.
Steve, I think we should go.
I'm not leaving the party of the year until you tell me what in Samuel is going on here.
All right, Steve, fine. This is a geek party. Not Greek, geek. As
Laura tried to warn him quietly. Laura tried to warn him. Laura tried to do this quietly to where it doesn't embarrass Steve. But Steve is not listening.
nerd, doofus, dweeb.
Allison, is this true?
Well, yeah.
That's really mean.
It is.
You know what? I like myself. And that makes me cool.
Look at Laura in the background. Proud. Loving this moment even more is when Steve is saying this, and we got to bring it back, because it's all connected with Steve and Laura.
You know what? That's okay. I don't mind being different. I like who I am, and I'm not changing for anybody.
Well, I admire you for that.
Oh, pshaw, you're making me blush again.
See that what Steve said? That's just so powerful because he's basically saying the same thing here. And what did Laura say in that bit? I admire you for that. What do you see in Laura's face right now? Admiration. Admiration. Sticking up for himself. Understanding the value. One thing that I've said, and I've said this time and time again, Myra may gas Steve up, but Laura brings value to Steve. Tell it like it is.
Hey, I'm sorry, okay?
How you bet you're sorry. Bada that, baby.
I just want to point out again, just real quick, who is Laura walking out this party with? There's popular kids everywhere. Who is she walking out with? Okay, you'll see. Who's she walking out with?
Dum dum de dum dum de
Dumb?
Holy cow!
Do you like my dress?
Where'd you buy a wedding dress?
Because we're getting married right after college.
Hey, don't you think you're rushing things just a smidge?
In what way?
Well, you're taking too much control. You're making a lot of assumptions. You're a little useless.
Steve said something there. So what did he say? I'm starting to feel a little useless. Just like in this situation here. We're going to get married and blah, 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 blah. Who said? Has he proposed? Like, where is this coming from? And this is what I'm talking about when it comes to Myra and Laura. I don't think Steve has ever said that Laura makes him feel useless. Because see, what a lot of people don't respect today is the pursuit.
Let me help you out of that jacket.
Laura, I don't know if we should really, this might not be a good idea.
Steve, I've been thinking back over all the years we've known each other and how relentlessly you pursued me.
Said, your relentless pursuit, right? What Steve does not get to do with Myra is pursue her. He doesn't get to do that. So he feels like, man, you kind of stepping in my spot a little bit. You kind of taking my shine. This is supposed to be me initiating this. Really look at too. And we're going to do a contrast here.
Wow. You look beautiful.
I'm so glad you like it. It'd be my wedding dress.
My ladies. Okay, sis. If you walk in the room in a wedding dress to a man that's supposed to be in love with you, and he responds like this, girl, he don't want you. He don't want you, girl. Yeah, I'm just hoping we're peeping game on all this.
Don't you worry. There'll be plenty for you to do on our wedding night.
For goodness sakes, slow down! I need some breathing room.
Are you trying to tell me you need more space?
Yes, space. I need more space.
Now, again, what does Steve always talk to Laura about?
It's a necklace. I was gonna give it to you on our wedding night, but it looks like I'll be dead.
Oh, honey, give her time. She'll come round.
Yeah, well, I just hope she falls in love with me while I'm still young enough to do something about it. 2, proposal.
Proposal.
Step 3, wedding.
Wedding, yep.
Step 4, wedding night.
Wedding night. You see what I'm saying, Steve? Woo! Boy, you're supposed to be excited like this if you do it the right way. This is how you're supposed to be. Especially with the woman of your dreams.
But I want to wait. I want my wedding night to be special.
Right. My advice to you is be true to yourself. Go with what you believe in.
Right there.
Now, if Myra can't support that,
Ooh.
she is just not the right girl for you.
Ooh. You saw that when he talked to Mother Winslow, he did not name a specific person, although we know who he's talking about deep down in his heart. But he did not name a specific person, right? So why you would think here that Myra would be talking his language. Oh, yeah, wedding night, girl. Yeah, we gonna have some fun, girl. No, that pushed him away even more. Even more. Between Myra and Laura. Myra looks right. She looks right. She looks the part, but she's wrong. Because you're seeing it right now with Steve. Man, you can't tell no man. Just like, look, what we going to do on the wedding night. He like, for real, baby girl, we about to, when they have remained pure and waiting for each other. And he don't get excited. If Laura starts talking wedding night, Steve will probably pass out. You know what I'm saying? Myra talks wedding night and he's like, I need space. Just think about.
Well, take all the space you need, bucko. This is when you're supposed to stop me,
he's supposed
apologize, and beg me to marry you.
I can't do that.
You can't be dishonest.
See, I will not give you the satisfaction of seeing me lose my temper.
Look at Steve. Oh, wow. Wow. Look at this. Okay. And again, why did Steve pick Laura over Myra? Y'all, this is not the type of woman that Steve loves. Laura would never do this. Laura would never do this. She'd be upset. If Laura got this mad, she'd be upset. She'd walk out the room. She maybe even would slam a door. She's not going to go and create destruction. She's not going to do that. And this is what I keep saying about y'all. When y'all sit up here and get mad because Laura blows up at him, Steve can deal with that. What he can't deal with stuff like this. But this is what y'all say is love. Look at Steve's face right now. Myra throws this thing in there. Not only does Steve even have the money to pay for what she broke. This ain't even his house. But that's what y'all say is love.
Steve, let me use Laura's laptop. I want to surf the net. They got a new website. Come on, Steve, let me have it.
Hey, don't touch my mouse.
Oh. Didn't he say Laura's laptop? Ooh. Ooh. They broke it. It's not even theirs. Look at these guys. They look guilty. They look guilty.
Hey, look at here. That is your sister Laura.
That's right, Steve. It's around my sister.
Why do we do that? Because they already look like they up to something. You don't know what it is, but you know they up to something.
Well, what's going on?
Nothing.
I don't have time for this. I got a term paper to do.
On your laptop?
No, I thought I'd do it in crayon.
Right. Right.
You can't use your laptop right now. Why not? Well, I
They need to just come out with the other side. Broke it. But they can't because they got to figure out how to replace it.
forgot why, but Edo knows why, so Edo, you tell her why.
Well, see, Laura, Steve has a homeboy who's agreed to download your computer with the latest software.
But I already have the latest software.
It has an Ebonic spell check.
But I need it back by Wednesday.
You will have it.
All right.
All right, then.
I love when Noah does that. All right. But he, as Steve Urkel, he's going to try to fix the problem somehow. If you know that's what Steve and Laura do for each other, right? But I think the bigger thing to look at is when it came time to, as my parents used to say to me, to tell a person a story, because we couldn't use the word lie. We couldn't use it. You telling stories, right? When it came to like lying to Laura, Steve couldn't do it, right? He had, he had Eddie do it. And I think that is such a very important thing because Steve and Laura have always been able to trust each other's word. That was really important because, it can affect see, this is what we can learn. I told you, life lessons of Steve and Laura. What we can learn is even in these small situations, they can turn into big situations. So I'm not saying I feel is right. Should they have just told, hey, Laura, we're sorry, we completely totaled your laptop. But I do like the fact that Steve is unwilling to really lie to Laura and is more than likely going to go out of his way to fix it to where she has not the same thing, but probably fix it to where she has something better.
Okay. Wednesday. All you have to do is the last 60 seconds with the champ ball and you win $3,000. Oh, that's exactly the amount of money that we need to buy Laura a new laptop.
There you go. But what did I tell you about Steve? He gonna figure something out. I'm trying to tell you.
The belt's broken. He'll kill you.
Now you can't catch me. If there's one thing I'm good at, it's outrunning big guys who try to hurt me. I took a class on it at the Y.
See, this is what I'm saying. So Eddie got disqualified, and now Steve is going with nothing. But now let's remember, what is he doing this for? Or who is he doing this for? Laura has no idea, though. And remember, Steve only has to stay. He doesn't have to actually win. This is where his brilliance kicks in. He doesn't have to actually beat the guy up. You just have to last. Remember that. You just have to last in the ring with him for 60 seconds. So that's what Steve's trying to do. There you go. There you go. I always tell you, Laura is Steve's greatest motivation. That dude comes, she brings him to another level, whether she's around him or not. Always, the life lessons are always in full effect. Okay, the life lessons of Steve and Laura are always in full effect. And one of the things I really wanted to look at in this situation again is when we're looking at Myra and Steve, right? And how, all y'all, say, Myra, was better for Steve, and Laura didn't deserve Steve, and all this other self-righteous. A lot of y'all to be saying stuff like that. Laura didn't deserve Steve. Y'all, you sound real self-righteous. You know what I'm saying? Because you sound like you never got anything wrong. You must be the most perfect being on the planet. I need to come find you so I can bow to you. Because you sound like a god right now. Everybody sits there and talks like that. You know what I'm saying? You mean because Laura messed up along the way when she was a teenage girl? It baffles my mind. So what is the first argument? Well, let's just go over it again, class. What is the first ridiculous? You need to...
Couple things. Number one, you need to be drug tested immediately.
Steve, I'm going to let Stephen A handle that. You need to, okay? The first one is Myra loved him. Myra loved Steve first. That is a lie from the pit of y'all know where, okay? Where God ain't, okay? That is a lie. By the time Myra came into the fold, Steve and Laura's bond, their connection, right, was already so strong. What people underestimate is friendship love. And Steve and Laura already had a friendship love. Okay, so you can't sit up here and say Myra loved him first. Laura made him wait. And again, I want to ask the question, do you guys know the definition of the word wait? Most people, when they wait, they're waiting in anticipation, right? You're waiting. Most people, we're waiting and, and hoping for something. And I'm wondering, how is Steve waiting when he's still dating, Myra? He has a whole girlfriend. They're doing this and doing that. Steve is living his life. So again, these are just ridiculous, asinine lies. Even now, hey, they've shared some little romantic moments, as we know. They've shared some beautiful kisses, as we know. But he still doesn't know that it's gonna happen between him and Laura. You know what I'm saying? Because Steve really has no idea what the future holds. And so, you can. And that's why I said, does it look like Steve? Well, look at how he is with Myra. It's because he don't want her. It's not. See, that's what y'all need to recognize. It's not that Steve is waiting. It's that his heart don't want that. Like, Laura, Steve, Laura didn't deserve Steve. And just again, self-righteousness. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's bow to you. Okay, you sit up here and say this. But this is the thing I would ask, right? I have never said that Laura was a perfect person. You know what I'm saying? What I've always said about Laura is she tries to get it right. She tries to do the right thing. She will apologize. She will take accountability. She will take responsibility. And what happens with that is you grow, you mature, which you're starting to see in Laura now. And so I want to encourage people, because again, there's some of y'all self-righteous. Y'all just don't even need, grace or forgiveness or anything, because you're perfect. I understand. You are absolutely perfect. Forgive me. I'm sorry. Okay. But there's some of us that need grace. There's some of us that need to repent. There's some of us that need to be forgiven, right? And the one thing that I want people to know, and I'm going to have my sis bring it in again. Help me love me even when I feel betrayed. I'm not perfect, but my purpose still the same. Did you just hear what my sis said? Guys, she's not really my sister, but she's my sister in Christ. But did you just hear what she said? She said, I'm not perfect, but my purpose is still the same. That is this whole song is just powerful statements all in it. Again, go check her out. Her name is Reese. She's fire. Okay. But she said, I'm not perfect, but my purpose is still the same. And what I love about that is when we sit up here and we want to talk about Laura, right? And the thing that I would ask is because a lot of, again, y'all self-righteous people will say, Laura don't deserve Steve. And I'm like, okay, but does your imperfection determine your purpose? Does it determine purpose? So does Laura's imperfections determine her purpose? No, it doesn't. That's why she just said, I'm not perfect, but my purpose is still the same. Laura may not be, have done everything perfect, but it doesn't change her purpose. It doesn't change Steve's purpose, right? And you may sit there and say, well, Myra's the same thing. No, it isn't. Let me tell you why it isn't. Because Myra does not take responsibility. She does not take accountability. Laura does. And so when Laura messes up, she makes up. When Laura messes up, she gets up. When Laura messes up, she becomes better. So that's why her purpose doesn't change, right? But when you go and you don't want to go, take accountability, you don't want to go and take responsibility, you're not growing. And it probably will mess up your purpose because it'll get you out of line. And so that's what I'm saying when it comes to Steve and Laura. Like, their purpose is still completely intact, completely. Because and that's why I want to encourage you in. Just because you messed up, got it wrong, this and that, went the wrong way, said the wrong thing, man, look, it does not change your purpose on this earth. It does not change what God has put you on this earth for. It doesn't change who God has put you on this earth with, right? And that, don't let your mess ups make you. Don't let your mess ups break you. Don't let nobody sit there and tell you because you messed up here or there, but you took accountability, responsibility, and they tell you ain't worthy of this. You don't deserve this or that. Only God determines that. Only God determines that. God determines every person's value, every person's purpose. You know what I'm saying? Every person's worth. People in, man, don't let people box you in and put you in a box of perfection. And because you don't check all their boxes, not your boxes, not how God made you, not what God wants to do in your life, but you don't check their boxes. They got, you know what I'm saying? They got some feelings towards you, or they don't treat you the same way. They don't come over like they used to. They don't call like they used to. You know what I'm saying? Don't let people do that, because the one thing that happens, and I've dealt with this myself, so I can speak on it. The one thing that happens when you go and you allow people to box you, you allow them to box you in, and you check all their boxes, but not your own. You know what happens? You start to lose yourself. And this is the one thing that I say that I love and respect so much about Steve Urkel, is that even when he was with Myra, he never lost himself. Steve would go seek counsel. Steve would go seek advice, right? Go and talk to Mother Winslow. Go and talk to Laura. Go and talk to Eddie, right? He would go, and he never lost himself. Much about Steve is Steve did not put Laura in a perfect box like y'all wanted him to. He didn't put her in a perfect box and her have to check off all these things. You know what I'm saying? And that's and what I love about it is Laura didn't do that with Steve. And so that's what I just want to encourage. And it's one of the most dangerous things, honestly, when you go and you have to live by other people's check marks. You have people put you in a box of perfection, or maybe they put you in a box of mistakes. I'm just saying, don't let people do that, because you're going to realize when you got to live your life based on other people's boxes, you're going to realize one day that you're going to look in the mirror and not be able to recognize yourself. You're going to look in the mirror and not like yourself. You're going to recognize that you're in this pit, and then you're going to realize the people that put you in it are not willing to help you get out of it because they think you deserve to be in it. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to encourage, be careful about that stuff. Again, this is what I love about Steve and Laura. They never put each other in boxes. Just because Laura was not attracted to Steve romantically does not mean that she put him in a box. It's just not what she was attracted to. But Steve didn't have to live up to some standard. Laura did not have to live up to some standard. And again, that's one of the beautiful life lessons of Steve and Laura, is God didn't give you purpose on this earth for you to live up to somebody else's standard. He gave you a purpose to live for his standard, you know what I'm saying, but not anybody else's. Everybody put you in a box and tell you or live up to their standard, because I'm trying to tell you, you're going to look around one day and you're not going to like what you see. Anyway, love God, love people. May God bless you. May God keep you.
It's the murder curse.